So hey y'all, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. So by the title, we're going to be talking about star college football player Travis Hunter and the controversy surrounding his relationship with his fiancée, Leanna Lenee. This has been the talk of the social media streets, especially the sports streets, for about a week, maybe 2 weeks. And I really go off the notion that if something is trending for a week, almost 2 weeks, it's a scandal. There's a lot to unpack here, so this video might be longer than usual. However, I think when it's all said and done, I'm not going to tell Travis Hunter what to do, but I do think some of the recent footage and headlines that I've seen about his fiancée, there's a lesson to be learned and there's a cautionary tale about what's going on. So Travis Hunter, he just won the Heisman Trophy Award. This is given to the best all-around college football player at the end of every season. So when the regular season is over, right before they do bowl games or championships, they award the most talented college football player based on stats, how they performed on the field, and it's voted upon by a committee. And Travis won that award. I worked in college football when I was in college for about 3 years. It's really interesting how much goes into college football and in the NCAA, which is the National Collegiate Athletic Association, and college athletes from any sport can now earn NIL deals. And when I was in college, that wasn't a thing, but now with NIL, which stands for name, image, and likeness, a lot of these players are able to market themselves and actually make money from their likeness. So if you're a top athlete at your school, or in this case, a nationally recognized or ranked athlete, sponsors such as Adidas, sports drinks, athletic wear, or even something random like food companies can pay you and sponsor you to promote their brands. It's been a game changer in the college sports world because for decades, college players were getting a full ride scholarship, but they were giving all of their time, energy, and their bodies to these colleges in the NCAA, and no guarantee that they can go to the professional leagues and make money. So Travis Hunter is racking in a lot of money from NIL deals. He's everywhere, and the man is talented. He plays both offense and defense in football. He's a wide receiver who catches the ball from the quarterback, but he's also a defensive back where he's on defense, where he's literally defending the ball from getting caught by a wide receiver. And that's what makes him extraordinary. Travis Hunter is originally from West Palm Beach, Florida, but moved to Georgia when he was younger, where he became a standout football star towards the end of his high school years. He was a 5-star recruit going into college, which means you can really go to any school. As long as you have the grades, you can go play for the biggest schools like LSU, Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, the University of Texas, you name it. So he had originally committed to Georgia, being that he went to high school in Georgia, but I believe maybe he didn't have the grades, so then he decommitted and committed to Jackson State University. Jackson State is a SWAC school, it's an HBCU, and we all know that HBCU sports don't get as much platforming and visibility as a lot of these big, predominantly white schools. So to see a 5-star talent choose to go to an HBCU was not only different and maybe out of the ordinary, but it was commendable because most of those 5-star football players wouldn't normally choose that. Now, he was doing this with the influence from newly hired head coach at the time, Deion Sanders. Deion Primetime Sanders is an NFL legend, and for him to assume a head coach role at an HBCU is even more remarkable because not only did he bring a lot of eyes to the HBCU schools and players who very much go underlooked, but he was able to lead Jackson State University to 2 consecutive Celebration Bowls and their first undefeated regular season in school history. And I just recently went to the Celebration Bowl this year, and it's where 2 HBCU teams from both of the conferences play each other, and it was really fun to see Black excellence, but also platforming Black colleges. I vlogged my experience, and the vlog is up now. It is pinned down below if y'all want to check it out. So Travis Hunter being a part of the Deion Sanders Jackson State phenomenon was really good because the season before they were 1-11, which means they pretty much lost every game, and he did this as the #1 ranked athlete coming out of high school. Now that's his background, and for some reason all of that greatness and him receiving this Heisman Award is being overshadowed by controversy surrounding his fiancée, Leanna Lenee. So she is older than him, but I think by like 2 years. I don't really see a problem with that. I don't think that's a significant age gap where we have to be concerned. But we also talk about the type of women that certain athletes go for. And in the race conversation, the ones that get platformed more than others are usually where there's a Black football player and a non-Black football player girlfriend. And I don't think this conversation is really about race more than it is just cautioning 2 young people as they transition into bigger fame, bigger money, and bigger pressure. But it's always interesting to look at these dynamics and then what we hear from certain Black men in regards to this specific industry and dating. And a lot of the examples we've seen over the years of similar circumstances where this year I did a video on an NFL player being drafted and his non-Black girlfriend stealing the shine or going viral for overstepping her boundaries during his moment. And I think in this situation with Travis Hunter and Leanna, her antics have caused her to look like she's overstepping or stealing the shine or taking attention away from Travis and his accomplishments, whether it's intentional intentional or unintentional. So I'm going to break down what has been going on as well as my opinions. I think this is really thought-provoking on all ends, and people have been on Travis's head about leaving his fiance and also condemning Leanna for some of the things she has said and done that makes people question her real motives. So I've broken this video down into 5 talking points. Yes, it's going to be long. Grab your snacks and your dinner and relax. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So my first point is the incidents. So Leanna Lenee is currently 23 years old, and she's actually originally from the UK, but moved to the States when she was about 10 years old. She settled in the Atlanta area and grew up in Georgia ever since. She's actually a bachelor's degree holder, and she may have her master's degree as well. And she and Travis met when he was 17 in high school and she was 19 in college. And I know that's kind of jarring to people, but I think you can date someone under 18 as long as your state has an age of consent law. And I feel like their age gap, again, of 2 years isn't really that significant to me to look at it super crazy. Kinda. I just think when it comes down to choices, a lot of 19-year-old girls will not be dating someone that is still in high school, unless there's a reason. But that does set the tone because, again, Travis was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school, and he was ranked as the #1 high school prospect as well. So in the beginning, they did a video on their YouTube channel where they talked about how they met and how they got together, and apparently Travis DM'd her on Instagram. She saw it, but she let it sit in her DM for 2 months before she responded, and then when she had an event to attend and she needed a date, she invited him just as friends is what she said. But after that, they've been in love ever since. But part of the issue that people are pointing out is that she said that Travis Hunter wasn't her type in the beginning. Check this out.
Spill all the tea.
He was a friend.
I shot myself on Instagram and she dubbed me.
And I didn't dub. I just didn't respond to him. You wasn't my type. You wasn't my type. You wasn't my type. So then I left him.
I wasn't her type.
I left him in my DMs for like 2 months, and then finally I answered him. But I didn't want to like be nothing. I just wanted to just be friends. Like we could be friends. Then we texted for like another 2 months, and then he was friend zoned because I didn't like. He was like, "Am I friend zoned?" I was like, "Yes." I was not into him. And then finally I had to go to a friend's birthday dinner, and I didn't want to go with myself, so he was like, "Oh, I'll go with you." And then he went with me, and then we was in love.
Yeah, we was in love ever since then.
So I'm not gonna lie, y'all know I keep it real. I think aesthetically and physically, Travis Hunter may not be a lot of women's type just based off of looks. And I don't say that to down talk him. Obviously, he's a very talented player. He's a good guy. We haven't heard him in any trouble or mischief. He's just been sticking to football. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke. He's been a solid guy all around. And you can tell he was raised to just focus on what is important once he got older, which was securing a scholarship to play football and then hopefully making it to where he is now. And he did that. And I think for young girls or women in Leanna's place, we're not going to play stupid and act as if that potential of your man's successful future wouldn't entice you to buy into it when initially you claimed that he was not your type. Put a pin in that. The next scandal was when he played his final college football game as a Colorado Buffalo. So after Coach Prime coached at Jackson State for 2 years, he then acquired a head coach position at the University of Colorado, where people saw his impact and how he can take a team that was losing and make it a winning team. So he does that at the University of Colorado and pretty much takes all of his top players with him, including his son and definitely including Travis Hunter. So he's been there for the second half of his college career, and they did pretty good overall. And during his last game this year, Travis Hunter catches a pass, gets excited like any football player would, and from the camera angle, it looks as if he was celebrating with cheerleaders, the other team's cheerleaders. So after the game, obviously there's a lot of press, a lot of people surrounding him, people wanting autographs, people congratulating him, people wanting interviews. You know, there's fans that are never going to see him play again at Colorado. So there was a lot of media. But of course, he attends to his fiance to celebrate, and you can see he's kissing her, but she looks visibly upset. People started calling her out to say, how could you take away this moment where it's his last game and he's excited and display any type of attitude in that moment, especially about him celebrating with cheerleaders. So the internet and the media was on her tail saying that she is displaying a bad attitude, and I thought this would just be like the one thing that comes and goes, and she later does debunk this, but we'll get to that. So the next scandal was him actually winning the Heisman and how she behaved at his ceremony. So they announced him as a winner, and initially she doesn't stand up, but his coach, which is Deion Sanders, and his his teammate, which is Deion Sanders' son, and Travis Hunter's mother are standing up immediately, smiling, happy, and Coach Sanders basically has to encourage her to stand up. People start saying that she really wasn't happy for him or how she was happy, but she just doesn't know how to be a girlfriend or a fiance to a highly ranked famous football player. And then people were also upset that as he was coming to hug and kiss and celebrate with his family and supporters, he hugged and kissed her first. She also debunked this, but people were kind of upset, saying that she must have something over him that makes him prioritize her even over his own mother that was there, and that she's not really there for him. People expected her to be his biggest fan, and they said that she envies him, and that's when things start to get worse. So the last scandal that people are talking about was during the Heisman celebration, where he had to take pictures with people in the media, and you can see there's a lot of people eager to get a picture with him. She's sitting on the couch next to him with an obvious attitude. She doesn't look happy, she doesn't look enthusiastic, she doesn't look involved, and she asked him if she was supposed to sit here all day. And you can see she's visibly withdrawn from all of the chaos and the hype and popularity that is surrounding him that she's viewing. And again, this was really the nail on the coffin for people to say, Travis, you may need to disengage from your engagement and drop this girl before you go to the NFL, where you're actually making millions of dollars. Again, he's definitely going to be drafted in the first round. He may be drafted number 1 in the 2025 NFL draft. And people just think that she's in for it for ulterior motives, or maybe she does love him as they have been together for 5 years. But now that everything is starting to manifest and he's getting a lot more attention and fanfare, she is not cut out and not ready to handle everything that comes with being the girlfriend, fiance, or wife to a major sports star. That's what people are saying. So that is pretty much all of the main scandals that involve her and things she has said or done that have gotten people to question her. And in some of them, I do think there is an issue or a big red flag when it comes to her, and it seems like everybody else sees it except Travis Hunter. Now, moving on to my second point, this is Leanna's background. So I wanted to talk a little bit about her background because this is the reason why some people think there's a huge red flag covering her that Travis Hunter just is ignoring, or maybe he does know a lot of these things, but he's just so in love, and this is his first love and his longest relationship. And they also have brands going for themselves that he may not want to break up or risk it all. These two have a couples channel on YouTube that is pretty successful. I mean, they get hundreds of thousands of views with their house tour video reaching over 2 million views, and a lot of other videos where they're vlogging vacations or showing off big purchases or doing challenges and games. It does entice people. And if you ask me, I do think Leanna at some point realized the celebrity and popularity surrounding her man and decided to capitalize off of what comes with dating a well-renowned athlete by making the YouTube channel, the TikToks, and so forth. And I'm not saying that it's wrong for you to make a couples channel or to share your relationship with the public, but I do think it's very risky to make your main brand about your love life. And I think she knows what she's doing in regards to why people would be enticed of her content, and she definitely knew that from the jump. So like I said, she's not just some girl who has nothing going for herself. She did go to school and graduate from Kennesaw State University. I believe she does have her master's degree now. She works from home from what I saw in one of their vlogs, and she basically did the typical college student into the workforce lifestyle. However, since this has all been going viral, people have been pulling a lot of things from her past. Remember, she said that when they first met, he wasn't her type. But she also admitted that when she was in college, Travis Hunter would drive her to the parties, she would go party and drink with her friends, and he would just wait outside in the car for hours until she was done.
He doesn't drink. And I'm Hispanic, so I have tequila like in my veins. So I drink, I don't drink a lot, but I drink, and I used to party and stuff, and he would literally drive me, sit outside for hours while I'm inside like partying, and then take us home. Like, he never tried to be like, oh, just because I drink, you can't drink, or you can't hang out with your friends, or you can't, you know, the drink.
And what's interesting about this is how impatient she looked when she was waiting for him to take pictures with the media at his Adidas event after the Heisman. But this man was waiting for you in the car for hours on multiple occasions while you went and partied. Again, he doesn't drink or smoke, so I don't know why he didn't just drop her off and then come back to pick her up. But she said this in a boastful way, and she made Travis kind of look like a simp. I don't know too many guys that will just wait for their girlfriend to go party and drink and turn up and do whatever while you're in the car fiddling with your thumbs and playing Subway Surfer for hours. So moving on, people found out that she had an OnlyFans around the time of the pandemic and lockdown. And y'all know OnlyFans was something that a lot of women turned to make money when money was tight, when people weren't working. And the expansion and virality of having an OnlyFans and making sexual content for online subscriptions was at its highest. So they found an old account that belonged to her. Her face is in the banner of the page, and it just made people question how Travis Hunter, who people really assume he would be with a certain type of girl who maybe wouldn't go that route and be deemed as part of hoe culture would actually be okay with this, or even so, fans are frustrated that he would even accept that. Because it's funny that a lot of men are going in this conversation, but in the event that she did have an OnlyFans, which she did, a lot of these big name sports stars love to pull girls from that type of background and make them arm candy and give them attention, money, extravagant gifts, and a new lifestyle. Cam Newton did this with his first girlfriend and ex-fiance, and it doesn't seem off-brand for a lot of well-known sports stars that we've seen over the years. Nonetheless, the OnlyFans being discovered wasn't necessarily the only thing people found out in regards to a questionable past. They also said that she used to be a stripper or a dancer at a club called Cheetah in Atlanta. Now, I've actually been to Cheetah. This is a whole story time in itself, but to make it short, I found myself on one of my friend's birthday trips to Atlanta where she befriended a random girl during the trip who started coming along with us to everything we did on that trip. This was years ago, and the girl was a prostitute. She had clients coming up to the hotel room because she had a room beside us, and she took us to Cheetah because Cheetah is the type of club where it's not your Magic City, it's more of a gentleman's club where you have a lot of high earning clientele who like to pay for services, and it was definitely different. I should have never been there. So there was a YouTuber who made a video about all of this, just like I'm doing, and someone commented in his comment section saying that he used to see her at that club, and they debunked a whole bunch of stuff to show that she did work there. This commenter ended up messaging the YouTuber that he still had her old phone number. They put the phone number into Cash App, and her Cash App actually did come up, and he ended up messaging her on Instagram to ask if she used to strip. Mind you, this is during a lot of the scandal that's been going on over the last few weeks. So she actually responds back and says that she was just a bartender. But according to Cheetah, you can't be a bartender at Cheetah unless you're 21. And at the time, she wasn't 21. But you can definitely be a stripper or a dancer under 21, as long as you're 18.
You can't be a bartender at the Cheetah in Atlanta under the age of 21, but you can be an exotic dancer.
Hey y'all, this is editor Chioma. So I did this video like last week, and then today there's more stuff coming up. Apparently she was in a music video. People were saying that she was a video vixen, and a little bit later on she talks about her previous relationships and how she dated a rapper, and then they found that rapper and the video that she was in, which is crazy. And then also they found out that just this year, Halloween 2024, she was twerking, grinding, or taking pictures in a sexually explicit way with another man. And they're saying that this is from a Halloween party that happened literally 2 months ago. So a lot has been coming out about this girl.
And then when you think about the OnlyFans page that is definitely hers, it made a lot of people really say, okay, this is a girl with a skeptical background, and the things that she was involved in, such as stripping or doing OnlyFans, for her to be with Travis Hunter, who is basically the good guy in all of this, who may be blinded by things that could be red flags or things that could deter his career as an NFL player, people are just now telling him to really reconsider. Now, I don't believe that Travis didn't know about her background, because if she was doing this, she was definitely doing it while they were together. So I think he knew about a lot of it, and again brushed it under the rug because he really loves her, and this is probably his first love. Now, that is her scandalous background that people are finding out things from years ago, from some of the TikToks that have resurfaced, people looking into her, people really taking it far to prove to Travis Hunter and the public that this girl is definitely not for him. And I think they're playing it as if he's just completely oblivious, but I think Travis Hunter is well aware of a lot of these things, but has accepted her for who she is based off of how long they've been together and him essentially succumbing to the type of girl that she is. After watching a lot of their vlogs and skimming through their channel and TikTok accounts, I can tell she's kind of the bossy one in the relationship. He talked about how she likes to fight and how she's always yelling and arguing and she has an attitude and things like that.
Future. Even though she get mad at me a lot.
I had to bring that up.
Nah, she get mad at me every day, y'all.
The reason why is because I'm a very particular person. Like, organized is like not even the word. Like, I like everything in order in my way, and if it's not my way, then
She wanna blame it all on me. You know, I gotta get her.
I'm scared of new brains because I am so mean in real life.
Bro, like super mean, bro. Like y'all gonna see
And
some y'all ain't.
I feel like I'm gonna look horrible on camera. Like,
How does it feel to have the best relationship in college football?
it feels great.
It actually does feel great. Greatest relationship in college football, but
We be fighting.
I don't be fighting. She be fighting. She be fighting.
Like I said, I like things my way, and if it doesn't go my way, then
I don't like it.
I don't even sound like that. That's the funny thing.
That's all I be hearing when she be crying and talking.
I don't even cry for real.
The main thing you gotta do is feed her.
Yes, because I get mad when I don't eat.
She get mad when she don't eat, and she get mad when she don't get enough sleep. don't know how she do that, but she always mad doing something. I come home from practice, she mad. What you mad at?
Because he took too long.
Like what? I took too long and I had to practice. That ain't my fault. I had to practice.
Whatever, I don't care.
Okay.
I met him and he didn't have it down to his name.
Hey, dog, why you gotta do me like that, dog? Why you
When
gotta throw me
I
under the
first
bus?
met him, he didn't have nothing. He lived with me in my place.
And I still live with her in her place.
Yeah. And you know,
I know, but they need to know that.
okay. But when you really start to fall in love, you're gonna argue so much because you're falling in love with the person. Like our first couple months, we argued almost every single day. Like
She wanted to argue every day. She still want to argue every day.
because it's like.
And I think this whole thing is a case of oversharing, where maybe years ago, before they were as big as they are now, it's seen as relatable or cute or normal couple stuff, because what couples don't argue or fight or get into it? I know I'm a lot to put up with in my relationship, so I get that aspect. But now when you have the internet, who is hyper focused on not seeing two young people be happy or work through their relationship, or really they want that for him and her, but they see a lot of things that from their experience may be a detriment in the long run, they are calling it out. Most recently, there was a post that surfaced of her commenting on NBA player Anthony Edwards' photo, where she commented a heart eye emoji and a smiley face with the tongue sticking out with money signs on it. Now, it looks real. I just don't believe it, or maybe I just don't want to believe it, because after everything that has happened over the last couple of weeks, why would she think it's a good idea to comment that on an NBA player's social media? It has yet to be debunked by her or anyone. Y'all can let me know what you think, but it does look really bad, especially when she's engaged to Travis Hunter. They already have a wedding date set for May of next year, and then with everything going on. Y'all let me know what you think, if this is real or not. I just really hope that it's AI or just not true. Now, moving on to point number 3, that is the backlash. Like, what are people saying? So a lot of people have been speaking out about all of these things going on, and it is unfortunate because what I see are two young people trying to navigate newfound fame and scrutiny, and they've had a relationship for a long time, and I don't think they ever expected this to happen. And even Travis Hunter came out to let the world know that she's been very upset and hurt and crying about a lot of the narratives, and I get that. I do understand why this would basically affect her.
Y'all hate on me and then y'all go and hate on my girl. Like, bro, I feel the same pain that she feel. We're inseparable, bro. We with each other. Like, she hurting, of course I'm gonna be hurting. If I'm hurting, of course she gonna be hurting. Like, y'all, come on, man. That joint hurt, bro. But then again, I'm talking to people that in life, go ahead, bro. I don't care. I would rather all y'all leave right now and go send text messages, so when she wake up in the morning, she get on her phone, nothing but positivity, nothing but, positive energy. Yeah, she's still sleeping. She slumped. You know, you hurt, but you just cry yourself to sleep and you just be gone. Like, she drunk like OD amount tonight for no reason. No, she sleep. She's gone. She'll be up in the morning. Where can they send messages at? Discord. Got a Tesla, bro, and the very next year, guess what she got me? A TRX. You know how much a TRX is over a Tesla? Yeah. And it's fully hers. My car is fully customized. All I did was a door jam, tinted her car, got a matte wrap. Do you know how much a TRX is, chat? How much is a TRX? How much is a TRX?
120. About 100.
120?
100 stock.
Uh-huh.
100 stock, but with upgrades, 120, 130.
Oh, so you telling me my girl spent 140K, right? But she a gold digger? And you'll be a fool if you think I'm finna spend 140K on a truck that I really didn't need. You's a straight dummy.
They don't even know you got endorsement trucks and shit like that, bro.
I got other stuff. I got a different car that I could go around and drive and I'm perfectly fine. 140K and she a gold digger on a truck that I didn't need, that I didn't ask for? And y'all think I bought it? Why would I buy myself why would I go back-to-back years buying her a car? That's 100K easily. But getting it mad and stuff like that, that's about 110 because, I could talk, get, negotiations. 110 and I'll turn around and spend 140K on myself. For what? How much is 110, 140K? What is that? 250? 250? And then I turn around and go get my mama house. Chat, how much is that?
Not a boat.
Come on, chat. How much is that? Please tell me.
About half a ticket right there.
Okay.
All the talk after the game was the interaction between you and Leanna. Do you want to just clear it up? One, what she means to you, what she's done to you, how long you guys have been together, but also what happened in that situation.
We've been together for a long time. She's like my closest to everything. She helped me with everything. It's kind of hard sometimes, but she's always there. So that's pretty much. And then, she's a girl. It's a lot of stuff that could be happening in the stands. People don't understand that. Like, she might look irritated towards me, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff she deal with during the game. There's a lot of stuff people don't see off the camera. So I just let people talk. Me, I'm just a big troller, so I just troll the internet. So I really don't care what they think or what they say about her. So I just go in there and troll. You know, they talk about it, I post her. Yeah. So just make them even more madder than what they are. So they just try to find something to hate. They try to find something to bring up on our relationship, but ain't nothing there. There's nothing you can find because I love my woman.
I feel like if this was me, I would really get off the internet, and honestly, I would be angry enough that people are questioning my motives, but if I knew that I was truly here for the right reasons, there's really nothing that could make me leave. But with Travis Hunter addressing a lot of the backlash, I get it because that is his fiance, but I think he's 100% invested into her, but people are saying that she may not be 100% invested into him based off of everything that's happened. There are some things that are just very suspect. So this has gotten a lot of media attention, and again, a lot of people have weighed in. Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco, who are former NFL players, have had a lot to say about this as well, basically warning and cautioning Travis that her behavior could be a hindrance to his career in the future if it's not nipped in the butt or if he just doesn't leave her.
Everybody I think that's watching this show have probably been in a situation where they've had a parent that's told them, young woman or young guy, I don't want you to see that person. And the more they tell you they don't want you to see that person, what do you do?
You try to go see him.
I get it. You don't want the man to be taken advantage of. Nobody does. And hopefully Coach Prime is able to say, bro, you love this woman. I'm happy for you. But just protect yourself. Protect your wealth down the road. But y'all don't dictate anything. Guys, y'all got to let the man make his mistakes. He'll figure it out, hopefully sooner than later. But he loves this woman. This is not an act. Yeah. And y'all not going to, if y'all think y'all talking about the man, he told y'all he does stuff now to tick y'all off. He told you that. So the more y'all try to pull them apart, all it does is drive them closer together.
Now, I don't think two grown men who are in their 40s, I believe, can say anything to a young man who's in love. I think the more people push for him to break up with her, the more they're gonna stay together and try to prove to the world that they're unbreakable and inseparable. That's just how young love goes. I remember me posting my boyfriend on my community tab like a few months ago, and although I did get a lot of positive comments, there were some comments that just threw me off guard because I wasn't expecting them, and I was very defensive because I don't play that. And after that, I told myself, okay, well, I won't be posting him on my main channel ever, because for people to encourage me to not be with somebody based off of a picture, it did teach me that I have to be a lot more private than I already am. On my vlog channel, I post my life, so it is what it is on there, but I've also been very cautious because I see how people can take something small and turn it into something even bigger than it needs to be. And when you allow people to publicly view something that is sacred, like a relationship, it could definitely upset you, but also cause issues that weren't there before. And I think that's what's happening here with all the backlash that they're getting. So many people have said a lot of things. It's been viral all over social media, and even comedian Godfrey weighed in with a very detailed opinion where a lot of things he said were facts in regards to the entire scandal. Check this out.
This message goes out to Travis Hunter. Listen, Travis, I just want you to be careful, man. I said it, be careful. Congratulations on your engagement, but man, you might have to disengage because there's something about this woman, man. The way she was talking to, and she was talking like she was really that chick. Listen, you love who you love. Facts, okay, I got that. That's all logical, but something ain't right. I just watched that dumb video of you guys in those matching pajamas that bugged me, and she was like dogging you, going, yeah, he wasn't my type. I was like, he wasn't my type.
It wasn't my type.
And then we went to this party, and then we fell in love. I think, personally, I don't know when y'all dated, was it high school? I don't give a fuck. But when she found out your stats, bro, that's when I think she was like, oh, I love him. I don't know what she is. She's like Indian looking, Latino looking with a sprinkle of Ebonics. I don't fucking know what she is. But one thing I do know, you need to watch your ass, bro. I'm so serious, man. Something ain't right. And I'm sure people agree with me right now. They're agreeing with me. Don't get suckered into this shit, bro. You better sign all kinds of fucking papers, man. All right? You better have an ironclad fucking contract because something ain't right. I didn't like that video. He wasn't my type. Remember, you wasn't my type. But when you successful, you everybody's fucking type. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, they find out your potential. Now you everybody's type. Be careful with that shit, bro. I'm just saying. I hope Coach Dion is helping him out. I'm like, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, I can't tell you what to do. You just gotta have confidence in what you're doing, and I bless you, bless God, and just be careful to budge out. I just didn't like what she said. She said, I'm not your type. Said, yeah, I think you should have let the bitch go. That's what I mean, I didn't mean to curse, but I'm just saying, you know, it is what it is. But Travis, your last name is Hunter, bro. You might have to go hunting real soon, bro. Go Buffaloes.
So Godfrey basically said a lot of things that people have been saying. He used a little bit more humor, but I think a lot of people just love Travis Hunter and what he stands for, and they're trying to look out for him because they've had experiences with this and don't want him to be taken advantage of, or not really look at the scope of his decision to get married this young and fresh into his career where anything could happen. I even saw Bow Wow had something to say about it all, and you may not like the messenger, but the message did hit. Check this out.
Travi. Check this out, gang. It's coming from your boy Bow Weezy. Right? I never met you, don't know you, know nothing. But I will say this, because I've been watching from afar. I'm not a nigga to jump in people's business, but I was once young, about to make a lot of money, and I know how to go. So I need you to hear me out. Number one, I don't want you feeling as though everybody jumping down your back or cats is hating. That's that mentality. I want you to look at this like I care about you. And especially in our community and in this industry, not a lot of brothers get the opportunity like you about to get. You know what I mean? You about to get the biggest check in your life. You about to go to the NFL. And all we are doing is waking you up, young brother. Because if you don't see what the is going on, gang, if we didn't give we'll let you crash out. But from one player to the next, I ain't going to tell you what to do, but I want you to open up your eyes, man. There's no reason why she commenting on another page, an NBA with her eyes and the money tongue out. That's your fiance. Wake up, young brother. Fiancés don't move like that. I ain't never had one of my fucking girls ever lay next to me in the same crib as me under another page, leaving her eyes with the money tongue out. Total violation. Would have been packing up and getting my crib that day. I don't play that. You out. And it's like you so caught up in being in love with this, bro. I don't even think this woman really loved you like that, bro. You gotta watch the signs, man. That woman said you wasn't even her type. If a woman tell me she not my type but end up with me, then what's keeping you here? What's keeping you here then? If I'm not your type, that means you going off looks. So what the keeping you here? You gotta ask, but you young though. But you gotta ask yourself them questions. We not coming down on you, brother. We trying to wake you up. You know what I'm saying? Before this end up, last but not least, young brother, I want you to live your life, man. You young, man. I don't even think you 24 yet. Do you know how much women are about to be thrown your way? Boy, you the Heisman Trophy Award winner. Can't no give you no advice better than me, because I was young with the bag and I'm still here doing it, navigating. I'm telling you from first-hand experience, brother, it's about to be so many women about to throw that thing your way, you ain't gonna be able to turn it down. So all it's gonna do is just lead to frustration and all type of bull in your household anyway. Young brother, snatch that ring back, get focused on what's important. Hard to build your when you got a broad with you. That's, bro, you in the media more for the broad than you is for the winning the Heisman. I don't like that. You know what I mean? So I don't give a look. Coach Prime got my number. You know how to hit me. I'm telling you, my coming down on you. I ain't trying to hate on your situation, but wake up.
So a lot of people have definitely weighed in, and I really do think it's interesting that this has gotten a lot more attention than the actual football aspects surrounding Travis Hunter and his talents. And there is a Heisman Trophy winner selected each and every season, and this is the first time that this much scandal has surrounded one of the winners. And it's not because he beat up a woman, it's not because he had performance-enhancing drugs, or he wasn't doing well in school, or he had a bad attitude with coaches. It's actually stemming from somebody in his personal life, and I think that does speak volumes. So my fourth point is Leanna's Responds. So like I said in the beginning, if anything lasts more than 2 weeks, it's a scandal. If people are talking about you for this long, now you're in some hot water. And there's only so much restraint that you can execute before you get upset. And that's exactly what happened here. So Leanna took to her TikTok account and she decided to address all of the different things that have been going on viral surrounding her and her relationship. Now this is a bit lengthy, but she does address everything and I have my thoughts and feedback on it all. So let's check this out.
Okay, I'm going to be addressing all this stuff online because I'm tired emotionally and mentally of seeing people try to make me out to be a person that I am not. But what's a testimony without a test of faith? So I'm going to start from the very beginning with this my type thing. I got permission from Travis to say these things because these are previously things I didn't want online. But I'm going to tell y'all the full story just so y'all know. So Travis, when he first ever DM'd me, when we first met, I said I left him in my DM for 2 months, and people said, oh, she left him in his DM until she figured out who he was. That is not true at all. The real reason Travis sat in my DM for 2 months is because he DM'd me when he had a girlfriend, and her name was in his bio, so I instantly knew he had a partner. So I exited the message, and he sat there until he was single. I don't do home wrecking. I'm not a side piece. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women, so I would never do that to another woman because I would never want it done to me. So I ignored him until he was single. That's the real reason he sat in my DM. Then the second thing, when I said he wasn't my type, I did not mean attractiveness. I don't have a physical type, period. No two men that I previously dated looked the same. My first one was a white cowboy. Second one was a Mexican soccer player. Then I dated a black man who was a SoundCloud rapper, and then Travis. So I have never dated the same type physically. I don't care about what people look like or what they can give me. I date people for who they are as a person, how they honor God, and how they treat the people around them, and Travis is all the above. So when I said he wasn't my type, I meant because he was younger than me. I had never dated no one younger than me, and he had cheated on his girlfriend. I don't know if your type is cheaters, but mine isn't. So no, he wasn't my type at first off of those two things, but that didn't discredit the fact that I was attracted to him. That's obviously why I gave him a chance. And then I learned he truly is a phenomenal and wonderful human being, and that's why we're together, and that's why we're still together to this day. So that's that. Okay, the next clip was at the game after they just won like their last game. People thought I was upset with him celebrating with cheerleaders. I don't know where that came from because he never celebrated with cheerleaders. So that I don't know where that started, but that's not what I said. But what y'all didn't see before the clip, me and him were talking. We had already interacted. I had already said congratulations. I had already kissed him over the fence that we couldn't get through. So the real reason why I was mad is because the security, and you can ask any of the family members who was actually there, they didn't want no one to storm the field, so they had 1,000 security people holding everyone back. But the people in the field were like, let the family down, like the family can come down. So everyone was going back and forth. I was arguing with the security guard because he wouldn't let no family through, but they let the cheerleaders on the opposing team get through the fences. So I was like, so when I finally got down to the field, that's why I told Travis, like, he had already seen it. I already congratulated him. We had already spoke, got on the field, and then I was upset because I had just finished arguing with somebody. And then what y'all don't see after 5-second clip is right after that, I let it go. I was like, you know what, like, celebrate. We took pictures, we were with our families, and then we went to his meet and greet, had another wonderful event there. That's all that happened in that. That was literally that. Nothing, it was not deeper than anyone made it out to be. And yeah. Next clip, the Adidas pop-up shop this past weekend. People are saying that I'm like, what am I supposed to do, just sit here? That's not what I said. First of all, I said, baby, do you want me to sit here, or do you want me to go with the family, or do you want me to come with you? Because what y'all don't know, again, off of a 7-second clip, is those weren't fans, by the way. He had already finished that part. He had finished meeting with the fans. I was there the entire time, taking pictures, talking to them, everything. The girls that were there, they were the Adidas, they worked for Adidas. So we were taking pictures for social posts. That's who those people were. I wasn't annoyed with no fans at all. I'm never annoyed with fans. So that's what that was. And then Travis was getting ready to leave. He had to be at a rehearsal for the Heisman ceremony. They had to do walkthroughs and stuff like that. So I was asking him, I was like, do you want me just to sit here? Do you want me to go back to the hotel? Like, do you want me to wait for our family? Because his family was in there shopping. Because Adidas let them go pick out stuff in the store. It was like a 4-story Adidas. So they're all doing that. And I was like, what do you want me to do? Like, do I stay here? Do I come with you? Like, what? And he was like, you could do what you want. Like, you could sit there. You can go shop. You can come to the hotel. You can walk around. That's what he was saying to me. I don't know. Like I said, the things that I see people make up is truly crazy because it's not what happened. And I just think people are just finding every single little thing and trying to make it something it's not. And then bird brain individuals are just accepting what they see online. Okay, now the last thing, this actual Heisman ceremony. This is making me so mad because anyone who knows me knows I support Travis in every win, everything he does, because I truly, truly love that man. He is perfect in my eyes. So when his name was called, I instantly was gonna, if you watch the video, you can see me like, but his mom didn't get up. So I was like, oh, maybe I don't get up. Maybe I just sit here with her. So I sat there and then y'all said Coach Prime had to tell me to get up. No, he didn't. He said, go get him. Go get your man. And once Travis stood up, but he didn't have to do that because I was going to do that anyways. As soon as I seen Travis get up, then I thought it was appropriate to stand up, greet him, congratulate him. But then there was a camera right in front of Coach Prime. And I knew they were going to film that moment. And because of how people are online, I was like, I don't want to be in that shot. So I'm going to sit down. So I try to sit down so I'm not in the camera while I'm crying. People are gonna be like, oh, why is she crying? Stuff like that. And so I got out of the camera purposefully so they can have their moment. That's all it was. No one told me to stand up. No one had to tell me to celebrate with him. I was just sitting there crying. I wanted to take it in myself too. I was super excited for him. But I wanted the moment to be about him and his family. And that's another thing. People are like, why did he sit next to her? Why was his mom? We had assigned seats. I didn't have a choice where I sat. They are obviously going to put someone and their partner together. So I had the seat right next to him because that was my assigned seats. I didn't have a choice. And then the hugging thing. Travis came and hugged me because he just went down the line. I was first in line, then his mom, then Coach Prime. He came straight to me first. I didn't tell him to do that. I didn't have to tell him to do anything. He's a grown man. He can do what he wants. But yeah, everyone is making this crazy narratives in their head, so I just wanted to clear it up. And that is the truth. That's what happens in all those videos, and I will not be addressing this again. I didn't want to address it, but here we are.
So the main thing with all of this is that she's just talking way too much. I feel like this entire video could have been no more than 2 minutes, just addressing things to correct them, but then saying how she feels and how the media has been doing a little too much, which I do agree. This has been kind of extra, but I think it has good reason behind it, because in the event that her intentions aren't pure, or she, like Bow Wow said, changed what her type was when she realized that she got with the #1 prospect going into college, there is no way that this girl didn't know that Travis Hunter, who was a 5-star recruit going into college, #1 player nationally recognized, was even making headlines when he was a junior in high school, was just some random dude that she just fell for because they grew up together or something along those lines. No, it was not that, in my humble opinion. See, I know women, and the funny thing about men saying what they're saying about her is that although some of it may be true, a lot of men chastise women for going after the bag or gold digging or whatever, but at the same time chastise women for putting up with bum dudes who don't have anything going for them, or just make them a baby mama who don't wife them, and all of these things. And that's usually my issue with how people judge women for actually being with a man of influence or requiring that he has something to work with. Because would you encourage your daughter, your niece, your little cousin, your sister, your auntie, or any woman in your life that you care about to be with a man who doesn't have anything? No. You wouldn't. But at the same time, when a woman tunes her antennas to get with a guy who does have the potential to be very successful, whether it's sports, his career, or selling pencil shavings for millions of dollars, now we get labeled as a gold digger. And I think the problem here is that she has said too much in the past, and her attitude has shown in the present that it makes it not that simple. If it was simply that she got with him and she knew that he had potential and she behaved and acted accordingly in regards to that, no one would say anything. But when you say someone wasn't your type, when you say that you used to party and he would just be waiting for you, when we see that you have ties to OnlyFans or working in a strip club, and when we see the push and the stride to market and use your relationship as a means to attract views and fame and money and notoriety, and all of these perks that come with dating an athlete, of course people might look at you with a side eye. She didn't have to say the part about Travis Hunter being a cheater. If he was a cheater and that's not your type, then why are you getting with someone who was cheating on their girlfriend who then got with you? I'll wait. There has to be another reason why you overlooked that, and I think we can just be honest about it. I know it would sound crazy if she said, well, hey, yes, he was a cheater, but he approached me, and when I got to know him, our relationship was pure, and I saw his potential, and I was also doing my thing, and it worked out. People may think that you're just playing the long game, but at least you're honest. Because I don't believe that he wasn't her type because he was a cheater, because you still got with him. He wasn't your type physically, because when people talk about type, they're talking about looks, and something else was a catalyst in why he became your type. And that's what this this is about. When she addressed the situation about the Heisman Trophy ceremony, I do believe that, because I think based off of the media that she was getting already that wasn't so positive, she may have just wanted the moment to be about him and his family. I think the media went a little bit too hard on that one. When she addressed the situation concerning her attitude after the game and how she was arguing with security, I do believe that too. I just feel like it's better to be quiet and remember that you're now in the spotlight, and understand that it was probably no reason for you to be going back and forth with the security guard. As the girlfriend or fiance, I'm not going back and forth and arguing and raising my voice in a public setting. I think y'all have people for that. And once it was all said and done, if she had already kissed him and all of that stuff, it made no sense to still be upset later on about it when you're on the field and this is a happy celebration. On top of that, it just looked bad with the optics that you have looked upset and have had an attitude on several occasions. And you've even admitted on your videos that you complain about this, you like things your way. He even said that you like to fight, you like to argue. So if y'all have put out this narrative about yourself, you can't be surprised when people actually believe it. You don't get to pick and choose when the public determines things about you if you've also put them out yourself, and that's the tricky part. Now, as far as her sitting down on the couch at the Adidas event where they're taking pictures with Adidas personnel, I still feel like her attitude was piss poor. Like, there's a lot going on. He's clearly the focus. I think y'all should have worked out whatever you were going to do during that time before y'all got there. You decided to stay with him as he took pictures, which to me seems a bit clingy, and not even in a bad way, but if you knew that you would have a long day and he was going to be around fans and taking pictures and signing autographs, you were well aware of other people in the family doing a whole bunch of other things. Travis said y'all could go shop, y'all could go walk around, y'all could go back to the hotel. So asking, what do you want me to do? Should I just sit here all day? In the midst of him actually taking pictures and there being cameras and fans and stuff, I just feel like I think she has a bad attitude at times when she's upset or frustrated or tired. And she has to learn how to really just channel that and be quiet. I'm not saying shut up. I'm not telling anybody to put a muzzle on. I'm just saying it's a time and place for everything. And with the pressure and focus on you and y'all's relationship, when you yourself have added to that by making your relationship and brand and exposing a lot of y'all's personal lives as a thing, this honestly is just what comes with the territory. And she has to remember that. Now, my fifth and final point are my overall thoughts. Now, all in all, I'm not going to tell Travis Hunter to do anything. I feel like if it goes south just based off of everything we've seen, that is his lesson to learn. I did a video about how a lot of Black athletes go for non-Black women. Leanna did talk about how her mother is a full-blown Black woman and her father is Latino and she favors her father. But she's just a multiracial woman, and usually a lot of these guys tell us that's their preference. I see a lot of Black women saying that this is not our fight, you're gonna mind your Black woman business, and I do get that, because when it's all said and done, a lot of times we're gonna say, we told you so. And not even in a way where Black women should be picked over any other race of woman. It's just a lot of times the narrative is that there's something wrong with Black women where we don't deserve to be platformed in opulence when it comes to sports stars. Now, I do think a lot of the Black sports stars, especially in the NFL, are with Black women. The other girlfriends of the other Heisman Trophy contenders did make a TikTok with Leanna, and Cam Ward, who is a Black quarterback at the University of Florida, and Ashton Genty, who is a running back at Boise State University, they both have Black girlfriends. And if there's any guys watching or anybody who's really into sports, based on stats, do you think that Travis Hunter should have won or Ashton Genty? Because my boyfriend showed me Ashton Genty's highlights and I was like, I think he really should have won, maybe based off his stats, but Travis Hunter plays both sides of the ball, so I understand his dub and I don't take that away from him. But anyway, I did a video on this year, and it wasn't to say Black men pick us, pick us, pick us, pick me, pick me, pick me. It was just to say that when y'all elevate your so-called preferences and try to tell Black women that we're incapable of not having attitudes, we don't help y'all out, we're not there at the beginning of y'all's journey into your careers, that's just not true. Example A is right here. Any woman of any race is capable of being with you for the wrong reasons. And if that's the case with Travis Hunter and Leanna, it'll eventually come out in the wash. Remember, there was a guy who said that he was friends with a lot of D1 college football players, and he just broke down how Black girls act versus how white girls act, or just non-Black girls. And it was in regards to how devoted these non-Black girls are to an athlete's come up during college. But the question is, are y'all even giving Black girls a chance to show y'all that they can be these ride or die women and come up with y'all? Or are you going to college and ostracizing yourself from Black love because you were hurt back in the 8th grade by the one Black girl that didn't like you? To paint Black women with one brush is so crazy to me, because we've seen so many examples of these so-called preferences having attitudes, having ulterior motives, having skeptical backgrounds, and so forth. But y'all still pick them, and then a lot of times it doesn't work out. We had Chad Ochocinco talking about Travis Hunter. Meanwhile, he just cheated on his fiance, who would be deemed a preference. Again, Cam Newton, you pulled a girl out of the strip club, and although yes, she's Black, it's interesting that you couldn't even be faithful to her, and that's why she left you. Even Shannon Sharp, he had the whole scandal where he was apparently making love love on Instagram Live, and I assumed that Michelle lady that he was talking about was not a black woman. And there's been other examples of this. A few years ago, Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb went viral for his draft day shenanigans when his girlfriend tried to grab one of his phones or answer the phone call, and then people were saying that she didn't know how to act in the situation and she's deemed a preference. And then I remember people were saying that she had dated another basketball player at their school who then made it into the NBA, and that she's already dated athletes who have professional potential, but they're still getting cuffed. Y'all are still cuffing them. My problem is a lot of y'all black men know that it's not because a black woman isn't this, that, or third as to why you don't want to be with her. You're just socially conditioned to think that something else is better than your own race, and that's why the narrative continues. Again, there are multiple examples of black love within professional sports. I see that a lot, so I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Hell, look at Russell and Sierra. But the race topic was brought up in regards to Travis and Leanna. Travis Hunter wasn't her type because he wasn't physically her type, and maybe he wasn't the physical type to black girls too at the time, but I think he got with his first baddie by his definition or perception. He probably didn't think he could really pull her, so once he did, he deeply fell in love, and now there are things that are prevalent that he's willing to look at and stand in the relationship, even though other people may see danger ahead. I saw some tweets about this on Twitter. One person said, "Cause it's made up. Social media wants to push the agenda that black women are the least desirable. Yes, there's athletes and celebs that are colorist and hate themselves, but statistics prove that black men and black women marry each other the most. Sometimes you have to unplug from the BS." And another person said, "Black athletes that are good enough to go pro usually have plenty of attention locally before they even go to college. Saying black girls weren't checking for them always seems like a made-up line to support what they're doing now." And both of these tweets were in response to the original viral tweet that said, "Plenty of famous black male athletes have said out loud that black women didn't find them desirable when they were coming up, which is why they chose to date and marry outside of their race." And again, I don't think race is the main issue here. I just think it's mainly her behavior, her attitude, things she said and done in her past, and it clashing with who we perceive Travis Hunter to be. People now see him as a simp or a guy that is so in love that he's not looking clearly at things that may be a problem for the future if he decides to go ahead and marry her and have kids with her and so forth. He's only 21, she's only 23, so I don't expect them to be mature in relationships or handle this like someone in their 30s would. I don't even expect myself to handle this with the most maturity because I'm in my first real relationship now, and blocking out and tuning out the outside noise has been tough, so I can only imagine if millions of people are saying stuff about you. But I do think it's with good intention to take heed to some of the things that they're saying. I think Leanna just needs to work on her attitude, learn that she is not the star, she is a supporting act for someone else, and she can overcome some of the things that she has said and done by staying out of the media and unplugging from social media to just be the fiance and future wife of a celebrity sports star. And I'm just gonna hope and wish and pray for the best for them. And Travis, you do need to open your eyes and just look at everything for what it is and understand that people support you and just want the best for you and definitely don't want you to end up being a cautionary tale when it's all said and done. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know your commentary on my commentary down below. What do you think? What do you know? Let me know. If you haven't already, check out my new vlog. I have a new vlog up. I went to the HBCU Celebration Bowl. It was so fun. So I was in Atlanta. So you guys check me out. I have some fun things on my vlog. Make sure you subscribe to my vlog channel and I'll have more to come. And as always, last but not least, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.
In the mail from my boys in Abuja. Big, meaty, spicy, juicy, baby, call me Suya. I said 24/7, we stacking, racking. I'm a bad bitch, you fraction, lacking. Counting bread while he playing Madden. I'm in the building, bitch, what's happening? Queen Chioma, pure satisfaction. I'm really a vet, these joints need practice. Running circles around them, we laughing. QTM girls like camera action. Wanna book the girls, you need 1,000 Andrew Jackson. Add it up and do the math, ain't no subtraction. YouTube hit 200K, but that was back then. Watch your back, bitch, you know I can make it happen. Your man a pendulum, you know that he's swinging right back, and he can't get enough of me, baby, cause I'm like that. In the comments going off and really talking shit. Shoot them up in my lyrics so they can know that I can spit. I'm real and you counterfeit. Body looking nice and fit. It's $500,000 for bail, for real, cause I'm African. Stop flexing with your home girl. Purse that ain't your Louis V. Ain't fooling me, got 2 degrees, you new to me, so that mean ain't no schooling me. Clowning on, I'm tired of these bitches making foolery. I'm stunning y'all, it's like I give them puberty. I know I got a problem, man, I like him from the south. He always call me boo and ask me